inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll get this to Ward. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done.
Looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So here the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead into 4th down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive, here picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Turner. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He's brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's complete to Turner. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll try the left side. It's Turner, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard
Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From the 44, Herbert. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Number 87. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Herbert looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Herbert throwing again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick six. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is. And let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here at 3rd and 1. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Going to give this time to the tailback. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Quitting Payne, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes to start you out a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and 11 now. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On is the Chargers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 25 on 2nd down, Herbert. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Here's Herbert. That's Ward, complete right side. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Deshaun Watson leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, we head up to Kansas City, check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we'll wrap up the weekend with a good one between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
second and 2. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
The pass.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Got that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Turner. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Herbert now. Finding his target, it's Ward. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, it's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run on first down. Turner. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Turner. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 56 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. On first down, it's Turner. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Throw left side, caught here by Ward. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On the ground with a tight end. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 6-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
looking to throw. Herbert on Herbert, his third interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
It's now 4th down.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. 77 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch.
Point after, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just wanted you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He stiff-arms him. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll go option to the short side. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Hook up a 15 yards there, and it'll be 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 71 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a give right side. It's Turner pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Herbert. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Herbert. He's going to look deep here for Ward. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And you think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Atlanta regains possession of the football, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 2nd and 3. It's complete to Hopkins. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's going to keep this again.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Let's go. Let's do this. He was brought down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. And give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Turner. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.